This thing's nuts. Family members found odd notes around the house. She dragged me to the and tried to. I tell you what, like Netflix just needs to get a hold of us. We got stories in Wisconsin,
Okay.
man.
Authorities state that a missing kayaker faked his death and
He has a family. He's not on Sunday waking up saying, "Yeah, I'm doing this."
Yeah.
Like that. This belongs in a book. Welcome to another episode of Shot of Wisco Podcast. I am one of the hosts, Corey, guy over there.
Howdy.
Episode 91, guys. It is a Monday, November 11th, 5:26 p.m. We're after it. Another week.
Another week.
Wedding week. Kyle gets married this week. So, hey, let's give it off. Your life's ending on Saturday.
Heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah. So enjoy it. Well, yeah. So we have a fun-filled weekend in front of us. So we're gonna dive in, get this thing over with, so we can focus on that. Okay. So hit the music. Let's dive on in. All right, we're live. Okay, first, before we dive into news, before we dive into high school football, before we dive into everything, what'd you do last weekend?
Friday,
Don't care.
did a
Just kidding.
coworker campfire with my coworkers.
Employee of the month, man.
Yeah, it was a good time actually. Nice little campfire with people I don't get to chat with outside of work very much. Then Saturday, did some stuff for the wedding. You know,
What'd you do?
some things buttoned up.
What's not buttoned up, man?
I
don't get it. I don't understand.
You want to know what I did?
Yeah.
I sat there for like 2 hours and ironed table runners. Ironed them.
Do you think anyone cares that thing?
That's what I did.
That's nuts.
And
Like,
then
I just know, but no, I wanted
then
to
I
dive
helped
into
clean-
this a little bit. Like
helped
you've been saying this for the last week.
Yeah,
It's like,
guys.
dude, we're a week away. What's not done?
Well, like tomorrow we got to go hang up more lights. And then we got to take all
Why
the
aren't
beer.
you done yet?
We got to take all the beer and shit over there. Well, I don't want the beer to freeze. Couldn't have it
Yeah,
out there.
beer, that's fine. Take it over the day of. Like,
No.
Or Friday.
Do you want to do that?
Friday.
I don't want to do that.
I don't
I wanna
care.
hit some golf, play some golf.
Yeah. So Friday. That's end of the. Never mind. Friday we are gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Thursday's gonna be too much fun. Are you coming Thursday? You should. We're gonna be at the mall. Is the rehearsal,
Yeah.
and it usually gets out of control.
Swing on up there.
Kyle will be lost in the sauce.
Uh-huh.
You can't. You got to make sure, and we'll talk about it at the end. Like, you can't 2-day hangover it because you're kind of a Sally
Me?
now. Yeah, you're Sally when
We'll
it comes.
bounce back.
Okay. I know you. Okay. So what else you do?
Saturday night, I don't think I did a whole lot. Just kind of hung out, played some games. Sunday, I just didn't watch the Packers because they weren't on, so I watched something fucking else, aka just regular football, and then play video games.
Okay. So Thursday night.
It is soup season too.
Okay. Yeah, I know. You sent me a great Snapchat. We're not going to dive into that. Okay. So Thursday I went up to Mount Hope where we hunt. I took off work Friday, hunted all day Friday, hunted Saturday, hunted Sunday morning, came home. That's it. Yeah. That's just my life
How
right
was
now.
it?
Awesome. Saw a lot. Just nothing. Nothing aligned for me yet. So, and then you took this whole week away from me. That, the rut basically is right now, and I can't hunt because I have to work.
Thing. Next year I'll probably be there with you.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Okay. So other than that, anything else? Johnny, what'd you do?
Turn your mic up. There you go.
Went to a volleyball game on Friday night. Had to do that.
Okay.
Run camera. Saturday.
Okay.
Tailgating. What?
I have a question for you. What was the video of Cameron? Did you got him up on the pool table dancing?
No, you're on like a stage, it looked
I
like.
don't know if I remember.
What?
You were.
Is that Saturday night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
pub.
think so.
Pub. Yeah, I do. Okay, I do remember that now, Cam. Yeah. So that's pub. It's like the big thing to get on the fucking pool table.
We know.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
like that since we were there.
So yeah, we started early. Like tailgating started at 10:30 in the morning for the football game.
You could tell when Johnny's drunk when he's loud. When you're
That's
like,
true.
oh, like that's when you get that way, you know it's over.
But yeah, so
Like Kyle Shirk's sign is when he's lost control is his eyes. His eyes are gone. They're glossed over. He looks like a zombie. All right. Cool. Well, we're going to dive in. Kyle, you want me to start?
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin Badgers advisor Jack Del Rio. I'm sure everyone knows him. He's coached in the NFL for years. He's been a senior advisor for the Badgers. Got an OWI.
Not good.
Yeah, he drove into a street sign and a fence before stopping in a yard. Witnesses reportedly pointed him out to officers as he was fleeing the scene. Luke Fickell announced today that he has resigned and is no longer with the Badgers. So I'm not sure if this year can go any worse.
Mm-hmm. Not looking good for the home team.
Yeah. So it is what it is. I mean, honestly, Jack Del Rio, I'm sure a lot of Badger fans don't even know that he's a senior advisor for the Badgers. Mm-hmm. But he is no longer. OWIs, man, they'll get you.
So he resigned, or did you think they made him?
Whatever the case is, he's not there anymore.
Damn it.
I'm sure both sides, it was over. So, Jack Del Rio.
All right, next up. 50 years after a hitchhiker was killed. Murder. The mystery's been solved.
Okay.
1974 in February, a hitchhiker by the name of Mary, I don't know how you Schlass. I don't know if that's
keep
right,
going.
Was found dead. Recently, they were able to identify who did it from DNA studies. This is fucking getting people left and right.
Yeah,
now.
dude.
I feel like
science,
we got another one.
Science,
another
technology.
One every week of something like this.
1974.
1974.
I tell you what, guys. Nothing I like more than a good cold case file.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Dun 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 dun.
This was in Springbrook, Wisconsin. The girl was hitchhiking to an art show in Chicago, apparently. I don't know if that was
Welcome back to another week of We Got Him.
I don't know if that was a thing back then. Hitchhiking, I think, isn't very prevalent nowadays.
No.
Back then it was. You just kind of picked up and took off. Any hoozles. The man, his name is...
What'd you just say?
Any hoozles. An 84-year-old male was arrested in connection to the murder. The man's name was John Miller, and he lives in Awatana. I don't know how you say that. It's in Minnesota. Apparently he came forth, said that he did it. He looks really rough in the picture, though.
Yeah, I mean, guys, this is the world we live in. Technology and science, they'll get you.
I don't know
how you're getting DNA nowadays.
There wasn't it's got to do something with the bones or some shit like that, doesn't it?
How's there DNA on the bones?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know on that one.
No, I don't know. But hey, hell of a cold case file. We got him.
Unless they still have her clothes.
Yeah, who knows? I'm not sure how any of that works, but you'll take it. He's in the slammer.
He's gone. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine that? Imagine like your grandpa. They'd just be like, one day the feds just roll up and be like, we got him from a murder. And
hey, do you know
74.
Mary Schlosson? Oh, fuck.
You
got me.
I knew this day would come.
Yeah. Well, hey, you're not supposed to murder people. Bad news bears. So he's in the slammer since being on the run since 1974. Okay, we're gonna keep things moving.
I got a good.
This is the talk of the town in Southwest Wisconsin where we live. Benton, Wisconsin. You live there.
Mm-hmm. This happened right down the street.
Illinois woman found guilty of killing her grandma-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this thing's nuts. So Shannon Bussin, 31 of Elizabeth, Illinois, was found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide for the death of Lynn Montgomery in 2023. So this is pretty wild. It feels like it belongs in a Netflix show. Mm-hmm. Bussin called 911 to report Montgomery had fallen and stopped breathing. Examination of the body showed multiple blunt force trauma, and possible cause of death was suffocation to like a pillow. So this girl calls 911. She calls her husband, his grandma. He calls, and she's crying like, "Oh my God!" Kind of like the brother or the monsters where they cry, "Oh my God, she's dead!" And it was all an act. So family members found odd notes around the house. Mm-hmm. A couple of them were, "Help! Shannon is hurting me." Another one was, "She dragged me to the basement and tried to make me open my safe. Help." So she had these notes littered throughout the house, and that is how they got her. Yeah. So she was found guilty, but man, oh man.
I've heard a lot of different talk around town about this. So I had heard that the evidence...
Does she live by you?
Yeah, right down the street.
Down the street from Kyle. You got called. The cops came to your house.
The investigators... I'm laying on my couch. Okay, there's a long story behind this, and we'll dive into it here.
Lay it on us.
I had heard that the lady.
This is inside sources, Scott.
I had heard that the lady had passed, and our friend who owns a funeral home picked her up.
Mm-hmm.
They allowed her go because they didn't think it was a murder. Then they had called Mitch saying,
we need that body back.
We need the body back because it has to go to, has to have an autopsy.
Mm-hmm.
So we had heard that Mitch couldn't tell anybody that. You're not legally supposed to tell anybody that. So I didn't know any of that information. So I had heard the lady had died down the street, whatever. Nothing new. She was older, whatever. Supposedly a really nice lady. She had foreign exchange students, at least 2 of them every year for how many years. So she always was a person that did that. Passed away, whatever. I'm laying on my couch, minding my fucking own on like a Tuesday night, and it's like almost dark. Ding dong. My dogs are barking. I'm like, who the fuck? No one ever comes to my front door and knocks. Like it. So I like look out my window, like peek out, and there's 2 guys in like investigator fucking clothes, like trench coats and suits. And I'm like, and I'm just like looking out the window. I'm like, what? And is this like
what did I do?
Is this a Jehovah Witness deal? And the one pulls his badge out and like flashes it to me, and I'm like, motherfuck. So I get up, run to the door, and I'm like, in that like period of time, like, what did I do recently that I'm gonna get in trouble for right now? So I open the door, I go outside, and I'm like, what's up? Like, what can I help you with? And they're like, we see you have a Ring doorbell on. Do you have access to the past couple days or whatever? And I show it to them, like, no. And they're like, we're looking.
It only has motion.
You
only got the motion,
but I have it shut off so it doesn't hit the cars in the street.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, we're looking for, I think they said a red van or some shit like that. And I'm like, nah. So I showed them like all the days, and they're like, okay. They're like, we're just going up and down the street. I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, we can't talk about it. Then like the next day, it was like, bang, potential murder, this girl. And then I'm like, okay. So then I had heard from around town that this was a cut and dry fucking case, that this girl was going to jail because they had found like DNA evidence underneath their fingernails and shit like that. But I don't know. I had a lot of people that were reading the files because it was all open on the internet.
This grandma's 80 years old, and she's leaving little Post-it notes around the house saying that this girl's hurting her and like wanting to get in her safe and get all the money.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. So Shannon Bussin going to jail. Big news around here, Kyle.
Big news, hot news.
Hot news. So I feel bad for the family involved, all the husband, everyone involved in this. It's everyone that I've talked to, because like I said, Benton's right in our backyard, my backyard. You live there. Said that this grandma was just the nicest old lady.
She was a really nice lady.
Yep. So tough scene.
All right, next up. This one's a big hot news here. This one's hot news as well.
Okay, what do we got?
Green Lake, Wisconsin authorities state that a missing kayaker faked his disappearance and death, and fled country. In August, a 45-year-old Ryan Bergwad, I don't know how you say his last name.
You never know how to say the last name. Keep going.
Went out kayaking like a normal day, and later that day, the family reported him, which I need to look at this part because this one did not match.
I tell you what, like Netflix just needs to get a hold of us. We got stories in Wisconsin, man.
So 45-year-old father of 3 was reported missing by family on August 12th, police say.
He has a family?
Yeah. Police say that he didn't return home after a kayaking trip. So what the other article said was that the police officers located his car, his trailer, then later found his kayak overturned. They dove, I think they did 45 passes of the lake. It's 220 feet deep. So they were doing passes, didn't find the body. Then what I'm reading in this other article is that the man, that his name had gotten a hit crossing the Canadian border. His passport did. Turn back to this article, it says, learned that this guy had recently changed his passport, so took his passport, said that it was lost or stolen, got a new one. So I'm assuming that he left the old one there and took the new one with him, and then skedaddled. He replaced his hard drive in his computer, took his hard drive with him. Also put out a life insurance policy for a fucking shit ton of money, like $400,000. And then changed his email address and also tied bank accounts to foreign bank accounts.
So here's my question. Are we bringing him back?
They haven't found him yet.
Like, I'm just thinking if they find him.
He crossed into Canada without any problems because there was nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, if we find him, bring him back, and his wife looks at him and say, what are you doing, though? You know?
The man, I mean, either he's running.
He had to do something.
He's running from something, or he just didn't like the life that he had.
If you're from Green
He's
Lake
just
and you know this
fucking outta
guy,
here.
give us some inside scoops in the comments.
Yeah.
Because there's something deeper here. You don't just fake a kayak death to go to Canada.
I mean,
with a family.
If he hadn't gotten a hit in Canada,
He'd be gone.
and they hadn't have had that, and then looked at his past transactions and shit like that, this guy would be
Gone.
He'd be a foreign accent in a foreign country right now.
I was reading comments that he's looking for, I think, like a mistress or something over there, which I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, this is one of those fucking bride to be marriage things, probably. You know what I
I don't
mean?
know if that's true, but he might be finding some younger, good-looking girl or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
This is-
Green Lake,
This is
Wisconsin.
wild because I wonder how long this has to be planned out for. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
you don't just,
you
he's
had
not
to
just like,
think of this
he's
for a
not on
while.
Sunday waking up saying, yeah, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Like that. He obviously he wanted to go live. If it sounds that way, he wanted to go live with this girl
Mm-hmm.
and leave his family.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had this thing planned out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
This belongs in a book, like a non-fictional
Yeah.
book.
Yeah,
No, fictional book.
How I escaped my life and got away with it. Like
Yeah.
that.
Dang. Wisconsin, man. We got
You
some
know,
weird stories
Also,
going on.
another thing that you could see is if he was working overseas for some reason, had a mistress over there already, or a second family that he just cut and dried with the United States once and went that direction. You see that a lot. You ever hear that?
I need more information.
You ever hear that where like people live double lives? You ever seen
Yeah,
that shit
I've
before?
seen that. Yeah.
Wild.
Like I said, this belongs in a Netflix short story.
There was one that I was hearing that a man was traveling to say like Texas, say Texas, and he had a full family here with like 3 kids, and then he would be in Texas throughout the week, and then he'd be back for work, be back here, and then he was living down there throughout the week, and he had like 2 kids, a wife, and a dog in a house down there. How the fuck do you get away with that? Like, how do you separate your life enough that you can't?
I don't mean this. I mean, I have a child. Like, how is he controlling 2 families? Dude, that's so much work.
You have to be a great fucking liar to be like, yeah, every weekend I got to go back to Wisconsin.
I'd be
for
mixing
this
names
job.
up. I'd be mixing names up. I'd be mixing up my stories.
How do you have enough money to do both of those?
So, yeah, that's crazy. So, if you know anything else from Green Lake, Wisconsin on this guy, you got to let us know in the comments. Okay, we're going to keep things moving here, Kyle. Glendale, Wisconsin. A man was arrested for his 9th OWI after driving off the interstate into a cornfield.
Never good.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, we talk OWIs a lot. I mean, this is Wisconsin. We don't believe in them. Don't drink and drive, people.
Yep.
Don't. But this guy 9th. I mean, is that a record? Probably not.
No, I think 14's.
That's nuts, man.
I think. Not
That's
9's
nuts.
high. But
So this guy, he faces charges of operating, obviously his OWI, operating after revocation, failure to install ignition interlock, and failure to control vehicle. So at this point, like if you get your 9th OWI, Kyle, like you're just never going to stop, right?
yeah, no, just don't make sure that you, this guy right here, Wisconsin, currently a 74-year-old Green Bay native by the name of Wallace Bowers holds the record for the most DUIs in Wisconsin, racking up his 18th OWI.
What in the fuck, dude?
18. He got that in 21. He might be dead by now, but
Dude, or he might have another one. Jesus.
18.
Some people just will not
Just
learn. Don't
move
drink and
closer
drive.
to the bar and just don't drive. Like,
This guy's in Green Bay. Uber. Like,
Yeah.
shit's available, dude. What the fuck are we doing? 18 of them? Like, that cop pulls you over for that 18th one. He sees you. He's like, God damn it, dude.
I should have known.
Yeah. What in the world? But yeah, OWI. Stop drinking and driving, people. Oh.
Oh.
What's next?
All right, Kenosha, 14-year-old in custody for trying to enter a school while armed. He has been researching school shootings online. After that, he tried to enter, I don't know if it was his school or another school, with a bunch of suspicious bags. I'm assuming like the big ones that you could put guns in. But they didn't have any information on the bags or what was in the bags. This is all new. But yeah, The school went on full lockdown and was able to keep him outside until the authorities showed up and was able to arrest him. He was taken to the jail and a juvenile jail, and the bags were searched, but there's no release on what actually was inside of him and whatnot. But obviously they got some of his
I'm still under
history.
firm belief. This is a belief of mine. If a child is trying to go into a school and become a school shooter, your parents should be tried as well.
I agree. There's something going on there.
Like, there's got to be signs that you're missing.
Yeah.
Like, even when the Mount Horrible one happened,
clear signs.
like Mount Horrible one happened, like there was obviously things like doodles and drawings and looking up stuff on the computer, like that the parents are obviously not seeing or carrying to or looking past. But it's getting kind of out of control, man. Like, good for like the school and good for like
they were able
to get him in custody before, like, but there's just too many good kids out there that have to deal with this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I have a little 1-year-old. Like, I just can't imagine where our world's going to be. And this just sucks.
It's awful.
Yeah. Bag with guns, dude.
Bag with
what
guns.
in the world? Okay. We got good news next.
Yep.
Roll Nears, Johnny. Can I get a little roll Nears?
Roll them up, baby. Come on.
Roll them up. Okay. UW Platteville football has won a share of the WEAC conference for the first time since 1980. 1980. I wasn't even a thought yet.
Dogs,
man. Dogs. So this is absolutely awesome. I'm a Pioneer alum. Johnny's behind the cameras. He's going to Platteville. Absolutely awesome. They just beat UW Eau Claire 56-14. Kyle, we got some dogs in the house.
Dogs.
Michael Priami went 21 of 29, 334 yards, 6 touchdowns. Give me a little bit. We have wide receiver Ryan Doherty and wide receiver Brant Stair had 3 touchdowns each. Up next, UW Stout, and they're playing for the outright title. This is the best Platteville's looked in a long time.
Hell yeah.
I am so excited to see what they can do in the playoffs. Platteville, hate to break it to everyone in the UW schools, we're good at almost every sport. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. So football's back, 1980. Let's go. Hear it for the Nears. Round it up. Let's go. Yep. Everyone on the team, if they win against UW Stout, should be able to go down to the good old annex after the season. Have a couple Long Islands on the house.
Roll Nears, baby.
Roll Nears. Okay. What's next?
Next up, Madison, Wisconsin. Man arrested for punching hotel worker.
Ugh.
Brian Johnson was arrested after punching a hotel employee, a lobby television, and other furniture. When the authorities arrived, the man had left. Later, they arrested him for battery, criminal damage to property, disorderly conduct.
Like, that hotel worker didn't wake up thinking that was on his bingo card for the day.
No. This dude, like, that position is right next to, like, being...
Like, just think, this hotel worker went home to his family with a black eye,
and
his wife's like, "What happened to you?" He's like, "Honey, you don't even know. I'm out here grinding."
Being a hotel lobby front desk worker has to be one of the worst positions to be in, because you deal with people that are coming in late that just want to get into their hotel instead of being an asshat, or drunk people,
or a bunch of Karens that are like, "Oh, my room wasn't ready in time."
That's true. That's also true.
Yeah, or you just get punched square in the face.
Yeah,
by Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson.
Yeah, do better, my man. Do better. 41. If you're gonna punch anyone, punch yourself.
41.
41 years old.
41 years old.
Key asset there. Okay.
He also got arrested for resisting arrest.
Yeah, obviously.
Resist him.
Yeah, dude's got a little anger issues, it looks like. Okay. Next up, the Green Bay Packers look to get back to winning after the bye. Guess who we got, Kyle?
We got the Bears.
The old Chicago Bears.
At noon.
At
Sunday.
Bears. It's a huge game. Lions actually, it was tough because last night, the Lions somehow won that game, even though Jared Goff threw 1,000 interceptions. Did you see that? 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
So this is a big game. Guys, I'm just going to say it. The Bears are going to Bears. We're going to whoop them.
I hope so.
Give me a score. What do you think? Take your time.
We'll go 7-28.
7-28.
Straight through.
Pack. Go
Yeah,
back. Go.
Pack.
Okay. I'm going to say a nice old 42-0.
Okay. I'm in on that one.
Yeah. Come back to this. If you're a Bears fan, you win this game, come back and talk all the shit you want. I'm talking to just Illinois. I'm talking to the fibbers. I'm talking to all Illinois people who love bear down. Bear down.
Bear down.
You guys suck. That's it. You guys aren't good.
Did you see all the?
You're not good at football.
Did you see all the TikToks?
You guys just lost to the New England Patriots of all teams. You guys, Matt Eberflus stinks. You guys have a stud quarterback, and it's just like your quarterback. You go there to die.
Yeah.
You go there to die. So, Green Bay Packers, we're going to take care of business this weekend down in Chicago and move on with life. Okay? Get Kyle?
Okay.
I don't want to work. A lot of that's going to be played, baby. Touchdown
yeah.
after touchdown after touchdown. Okay. What's next? Oh,
It's
that's it.
that time.
That's it. Okay.
It's that time of the week.
Okay. Wisconsin high school football. It is playoffs, baby.
Playoffs.
Remember, remember, make sure to check us out. If you like all our videos about Wisconsin high school football, check us out, wisconsinclothingco.com. Get some clothes for Christmas. Make sure to tell your parents. Get some flannels. Get your stuff, wisconsinclothingco.com. Let's get into it. D1, DC Everest, man. They're on a run.
Yeah.
Number 7, DC Everest upsets number 1, Wanakee, 31-21. Blake Bankston, I'm talking about him every week, Kyle. 28 attempts, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. Give me a little bit.
Dog.
Give me a little. I don't want to hear dog. Here it is. Number 4, Muskego over number 3, Nina, 21-7. Number 2, Mukwonago beat number 4, Arrowhead, 17-6.
Ooh.
Yep, big game. And number 2, Bayport upsets number 1.
Couple upsets
Marquette.
in that one.
Yep, that's a good one. Brady Moon, 32 attempts, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kyle. Dogs in the house, man, in D1. So we have DC Everest is going to be playing Bayport, and Muskego's playing Mukwonago. Battle of the M's. Here we go. D2. We have Rice Lake. Number 2, Rice Lake beat number 1, New Richmond, 28-6. Number 1, Badger beat number 3, Milton, 42-22. Number 1, Slinger beat number 3, Homestead, 17-14. I believe they blocked a kick at the end. A kick that was going to tie the game. They blocked it. Slinger moves on. Number 3, West Appear upsets number 1, Kakana, 20-14. This quarterback, Patrick Greason, I'm going to talk about him every week. Guy's a stud. 14-21, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyle? So we have D2. We have Rice Lakes playing West Appear and Badger versus Slinger. Both of them should be great games. On to D3. Number 3, Lacrosse Logan. Probably one of the biggest upsets of the week. Upsets number 1, Medford, 51-48.
Shootout.
We have a barn burner, Kyle. Absolute shootout. Number 1, Catholic Memorial beat number 2, Mount Horeb Barneveld, 17-14. Number 2, Notre Dame beat number 1, Grafton, 28-6. Might be the best running back in the state, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Collins. You've all heard the name. He had 42 attempts, 322 yards, 3 touchdowns. Give me a little, Kyle. Dog. Number 3, Wisconsin Lutheran beat number 1, New Berlin West, 23-14. On to D4. Number 2, Baldwin Woodville beat number 1, Freedom, 48-35. Tayden Holdorf, 180 yards rushing and a touchdown. Gavin Sell, 182 yards rushing, 2 TDs to lead them to a win. Number 1, Aquinas beat number 2, Columbus, 29-28 in a barn burner. Number 1, Racing St. Catharines beat number 2, Lake Mills, 19-14. And Winnicott beat Mayville, 20-10. Okay. So the games are going to look like we have Lacrosse Logan versus Notre Dame and Catholic Memorial versus Wisconsin Lutheran. Should be a really, really fun weekend. Next up, we have D5. D5, number 2 Northwestern beat number 1 St. Croix Falls 20-8. 3 rushing touchdowns from Ethan Harms, Tyson Teal, and Bryson Ronchi. Studs. Okay, number 1, this might be the best team in all of the land of Wisconsin. Number 1, Prairie du Chien blank, Milwaukee Academy of Science, 39-0. They haven't given up a point yet in the playoffs.
Really?
Yes. They are a hell of a defense. Running back Blake Thierry had 23 attempts, 169 yards, and 1 touchdown. Absolute dog. Number 1, Wrightstown beat number 2, Kiel, 21-20. Number 1, Stratford beat number 3, Lake Country Lutheran, 34-11. So watch out. Game of this playoffs might be Prairie du Chien versus Stratford. I think whoever wins that's going to end up winning the whole thing. On to D6. Division 6. Kyle, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We have number 2, Grantsburg beat number 1, Regis, 31-8. Number 2, Bondwell beat number 1, Coleman 15-13. Number 2, Lemira beat number 1, Cedar Grove, Belgium 24-7. And we almost had a playoffs of the number 2s. But probably the biggest Cinderella story of them all. Number 8, Belleville upset number 2, Lancaster 35-32. So we have literally a whole matchup of 2s and probably the biggest Cinderella story of them all.
Snuck in.
8 seed. So Belleville is playing Lemira. Number 2, Bondwell versus number 2, Grantsburg. So should be hell of matchups. On to D7. Number 2, Boyceville beat number 1, Spring Valley. Probably the best team. I don't know how. I still, to this day, have no idea how they got a 3 seed. Potosi Castle beat number 5, River Ridge 21-14. 2 rushing touchdowns from Isaiah Groom. Number 1, Edgar beat number 6, Lord's Academy 29-6. Probably one of the best names in the world. Running back Maverick Butt had 108 yards and a touchdown. Number 1, Kenosha St. Catholic beat number 2, Johnson Creek 42-0. So I think this is going to come down, like I said, to the matchup this week. Potosi Cassville, Kenosha St. Catholic. Whoever wins, going to be state champ, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. 8-man football. They're a little further ahead than everyone else. Number 1, Owen Withy beat number 1, Highland 23-21 behind Brandon Geldernick's 29 attempts, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns. Absolute dog. Lena St. Thomas Aquinas beat number 1, Northwood Solomon Springs 38-14. Championships next week. We got Owen Withy versus Lena St. Thomas Aquinas. I think Owen Withy's going to take it all. Okay. That is this high school football recap. And guys, we're on to state semis. Let's see what happens. Let us know in the comments who we should watch out for. Who do you guys think is going to win state? We'll see you guys next week.
You're playing for that Camp Randall visit.
Playing for that gold ball, baby.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's it. This weekend.
This week in a nutshell.
Yep. You're getting married. Okay.
Saturday's the day.
Saturday's the day. Kyle's getting hitched.
Update on this week. Let's see. Wednesday or Thursday, we have a rehearsal. Then Keeler Mall shortly after that.
I don't know how other people do weddings, but the way we do weddings here,
Thursday's the best.
yeah, like
So much
Friday
fun.
is typically rehearsal, but in Wisconsin at weddings, I don't know if anyone else does it this way. We do them on Thursday because we need that day. Because Thursday's where you get
For Friday's a good time.
you get loaded.
You kind of get
I
together
know,
with
but
your
you get
boys
loaded.
and hang out.
So Friday we'll be helping you make sure everything's set up, doing a little work, and then we're gonna go do a little golfing at a simulator, and then Saturday wedding, reception, core man's giving a speech, and then dance off, drinking all night long for Kyle and Maggie, and then Sunday Kyle's getting drunk again.
A couple drinks.
Yeah,
Couple drinks packed.
watch the back and the Bears. Okay,
That's the run.
excited?
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm ready to be done with work tomorrow.
You ready for this
and then
wedding
I'll
to
be-
be here?
Yeah. Yeah.
That anticipation's getting to you.
It'll be a good time. I'm
Yeah.
ready for it.
Yep.
I've been ready for
Yep.
a couple weeks.
Yep. Hopefully she shows up. Okay. Other than that, Kyle, anything else we want to talk about?
No, I'm good to go.
All right, cool. Well, guys, I appreciate it. If you haven't, check out our fall line, wisconsinclothingco.com. First ever fully branded line out now. Check us out. We're doing things a little different here. Everything's repping the state of Wisconsin. Shop local. Don't get gouged by bigger brands. wisconsinclothing.com. All right, we'll see you guys next week for episode 92. We appreciate everyone. Make sure to follow us along. Shot of Wisco Podcast on all socials, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And we will see you guys next time.
Peace out.
Peace out. See you guys later.